Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about 4 reasons why your hair is not coming out the way it wants to, why it's not flourishing. I just want to talk about this because a lot of people come to me and ask me what do I need to do to get my hair to have like this type of definition, or what do I have to do to make my hair grow longer. And some of the people who see me when I've cut my hair, they realize that my hair is growing past theirs and they want to know what can they do to make their hair help. So well, I said make their hair grow. I'm sorry about that. Some of the things are just common things that we do on an everyday basis. Sometimes I do it, I make the mistake, but I make sure it's not a habit. So we're just gonna get started with this video because I don't want to keep on rambling. So the first thing that people do when it comes to their hair and it messes up their growth is not moisturizing their hair. And when I mean moisturizing, I'm not saying just throw in some lotion, throw in some oil. No, first of all, oil is supposed to seal in moisture. It's not supposed to add moisture, and a lot of people make that mistake. I even had to learn that because back in the day, everybody used to throw in some grease and think that, oh, it's moisturized, but no, it's just oily. It's just oily. What you do is you either can pre-poo before you wash your hair, and I suggest you always deep condition, and then some people co-wash. Co-wash is something I don't do, mainly because my scalp is very problematic. So I skip that. I usually wash my hair with either sulfate-free shampoo or with my Head and Shoulders, and that it has sulfates in it, but I only use it because of my scalp. And then I add the non-sulfate shampoo on top or after I'm done rinsing out my hair. So moisture is one of the main things that needs to be done in order to get like the definition and for your hair to look moisturized. Also, it depends on what kind of products you use when you're doing your styling. Also determines how your hair is going to turn out. I use the Cream and Asian Argan Oil curl defining cream, and the first thing that's in their ingredients is water. I suggest getting only products that start with water because it's going to help moisturize your hair and keep the moisture in. And then you can use the oil on top of it, or like for example, I use the oil to coat the twists before I take them out, so it can help also seal in any kind of oils, not oils, any kind of moisture that's in my hair. So yes, number one is moisture. Moisture is key. The second thing that people do, and it's really a bad habit, it's learned through parents or just by not knowing, is that you must cover your hair up with a satin or silk scarf. Cotton is going to dry your hair out. So if you sleep on a cotton pillowcase, don't even think about your hair having moisture the next morning. It's going to be dried out. I've done this many of times, especially when I felt lazy. But if you want to keep the moisture in, I suggest getting a silk or sonic bonnet. I have a silk black pillowcase. I got it from Dollar Tree, so you can get them from pretty much anywhere. Walmart, I think, carry them as well. And then I have a silk bonnet. Matter of fact, let me get my bonnet so I can show you what it looks like. So this is my satin bonnet right here. I don't know why I'm twirling it like that, but the good thing I love about it is that it's reversible. So if I don't want to do the pink today, I can go to black. I got this at a women's expo in Atlanta, Georgia. I have the person's business card. I will put all her information down below because I think she makes these by hand, but you can get it in any color you want. You can get it in any size, and I even think they have children sizes as well. She also do shower caps. So I'm going to buy a few things. I also have a larger one for like braids and stuff, and it's in purple and black. So I really love this. I use this all the time. If I don't want to wear this, then I wear a satin scarf, and I have like maybe 3 or 4 of those. So that's beneficial when sleeping at night because you're always twisting and turning. You don't want your hair to be pulled. You don't want it to be dry. You don't want it to snap. So those are very helpful when it comes to making sure your hair is moisturized and intact. The next thing that people do is get protective styles, and in the long run it messes up the hair, especially if they don't know how to take care of it. And what I mean by that is the box braids, the little poetic justice twists, sometimes crocheting depending on how they do the hair, and then like I said, the way they take care of it. Like some people just put in box braids, don't moisturize it or nothing, and leave it like that for like 4 months, and then when they take their braids out, they're wondering why they have hair all over the place. Well, you didn't nourish your hair the way you needed to, and then them tight braids, depending on who braided it, probably snatched out your edges. So you have to be very particular and very careful how you do these protective styles. And me personally, I wouldn't do it. Like I used to do it to transition my hair, because I couldn't deal with the two textures, but I knew in the long run it was gonna mess up my edges, because I got it probably done once a month. Yeah, so I don't recommend that. Then people like to have all that heavy hair on it. It's pulling, it's snagging, it's tugging. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Like I said, if you like it, I would get it maybe once every while, and don't keep it longer than maybe a month and a half. But that's one thing that a lot of people do, and it messes up their hair in the long run. The last thing that I see that people do, I never did really, that damaged their hair, was consistently changing their style or always dyeing or doing something new to it. So I knew a person that dyed their hair probably once every 3 months, then changed their style every week. They couldn't wear their hairstyle for longer than a week, and I'm like talking about like a ponytail, braids. Next thing you know, they'll have crochets. They'll do it too often. And yeah, I just said that, you know, keeping your hair in a protective style longer than 4 months is bad, but also changing it up constantly is a bad thing too. Even when it comes to chemicals, because you're always manipulating your hair. The more stress you put on it, the more it's going to break. So low manipulation styles are better. That's why I always do twist outs, braid out, squirt. If you're gonna put it in a bun, make sure it's in a loose bun. It's not too tight where it's pulling your hair out. And I'll just say wear it for a week, 2 weeks. If you can do 2 weeks, do 2 weeks. I necessarily can't do it for longer than a week, but I make sure I don't touch my hair once I'm done doing the style. Like I just did this style yesterday and I took my twist out. I don't touch my hair no more until next week. The most I would do is add some leave-in conditioner and pick my hair to get the fluffiness. I didn't do that today because I wanted to keep the definition, but other than that, I don't touch my hair. People want to touch it, they want to have other people touch their hair. No, I leave my hair alone after I'm done doing my twist out for a whole week. I don't do nothing different. If I do it in a certain style for my twist out, like for example a puff, a puff, I wear that puff for a week. If I put it into 2 pigtails, puff balls should I say, I wear them 2 pigtails for a whole week. That's the thing about natural hair. You need to leave it alone, but you also need to make sure you're taking care of your hair. So it's like you gotta find what's right for you and your hair, because my hair can stay moisturized for a week, and then I can do whatever I need to do to put the moisture back in. Some people, their hair gets dry really quick. I don't have that problem. Some people can last 2 weeks without doing anything to their hair. I wish I was like that, but I'm not. My scalp won't allow me, so I have to clean my scalp at least once a week. But yeah, those are really the things that mess up people's hair growth, hold them back. I learned this through experience, or I've seen other people do it. So that's my advice when it comes to growing your natural hair. Everybody have their own tips. I think those are like the 4 main things to help your hair grow and prevent it from breaking. Because if you can prevent it from breaking, then your hair will retain length. So that's pretty much it. If you have any tips, put it in the comment section. Yeah, that's all I have to say. So I will see you guys in my next video. Have a good day.